Hey everyone, Ilda here from I Love Doing All Things Crafty, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a front panel pop-up card to share with you all, featuring the Home Sweet Home dies from My Favorite Things and a few others, plus the No Place Like Home stamp set. Recently, one of my best and oldest friends moved into the neighborhood, and I thought this die set would be perfect to create a Welcome to the Neighborhood card. Rather than breaking apart the die set and risk losing any of these small pieces, I'd rather just cut the pieces of paper and place them in the spots and then die cut out my images. Traditionally, pop-up cards have all the elements on the inside of the card so that when the receiver opens it up, they're surprised by all these elements that pop up. I wanted to create one that would be visible on the front of the panel so that you can display it and see and enjoy all the elements that pop up. To cut down on the length of this process video, I just assembled the houses off camera. I did add a little piece of white cardstock to the back of each house, approximately where the windows sit, just to help me glue those into place. So here I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to glue the pop-up panel to the front of my card, and then I'm just going to trim it to the size I need. Since I have 3 houses that I want to add to my pop-ups, I'm going to use the wide pop-up elements and just create 3 pop-up spots on the pop-up panel. Once the pop-up panel is glued in place, I'm just going to go ahead and add all my elements to the front of the card. Because one of my houses is a little narrower than the pop-up element, I'm just going to add a tree next to it, and that'll just hide that pop-up panel. Since it is still winter, I thought it'd be fun to create a winter scene, and I'm just going to add this hill of snow behind the houses. To slip this panel behind the pop-ups, I'm just going to mark where my pop-ups are and then just use the die to cut out that piece. As you see here, the die doesn't cut out the top, so I'm just going to trim with my pen blade all around the area and make it easier for me to slide it into place. Before gluing down that snow panel, I'm just going to take some broken china Distress Oxide ink and blend out my sky. So here I'm taking another A2 size card and sliding it under the front panel, and I'm just taking the die again and figuring out how and where I'm going to die cut the piece in the front to hide the pop-up elements. I didn't think about it at the time, but it would have been a lot easier if I had stamped my sentiment on the front panel before adhering it down. To make sure I got a good impression, I just used my stamping tool, and I'm going to use some masking tape to really make sure that it doesn't move at all because it's so thick and bulky right there. And thank God I did, because the first impression was not a good one. For added fun and detail, I'm going to use some liquid applique and add it along the areas where I feel snow would be built up. And then later, once I heat set the areas and they're puffed up, I will take my Spectrum Noir sparkle pen and just add some glitter to the snow. And because you can never have enough sparkle, I'm going to add glitter to all the clouds and any areas that would have snow. And for some more finishing details, I'm just going to add some Nouveau jewel drops to areas where I feel ice may form along the paths. And to make it look like the trees are lit, I'm going to add some little tiny dots just randomly all over the trees. And here's a close-up of this card with all the little sparkle and glimmer and all the little details that I've added to it. And that's pretty much it for this process video today. I hope you've enjoyed watching the making of this front pop-up panel card featuring a bunch of products from My Favorite Things. As usual, I will have links to all the supplies I used in the video description below, as well as a link to my blog for those that want to check it out. Thank you all for watching, thumbs upping, and subscribing, and until next time everyone, happy crafting! Bye!